Stop scrolling. I mean it. Whatever you are about to do next, whatever video you are planning to watch after this, whatever distraction you are reaching for, let it fall away. Because at 11:47 last night, something broke open in the spiritual realm. A seal that has been locked over your life for exactly 1,826 days. That is 5 years if you are counting. 5 years of barely holding on while everyone around you seemed to be breaking through. Your guardian angel just burned their once-per-lifetime override. Do you understand what that means? They are not supposed to intervene this directly. There are protocols, rules, divine order. But 33 minutes ago, they looked at your file, saw what is coming in the next 72 hours if you miss this moment, and they said, no, not on my watch. Out of everyone online right now, only 7 people were chosen to receive this specific frequency. 4 of them already scrolled past. One of them paused, felt something stir, then clicked away to answer a text that could have waited. Another is reading these words right now, in Seattle or Miami or some city I cannot see, but heaven can. And you are the 7th, the last one. If you close this window, the assignment transfers and you will not see another opening like this for 7 more years. Type 777 in the comments right now. Do not think about it. Do not wait until you finish reading right now. Because when those numbers leave your fingers, you are not leaving a comment for me. I do not need your engagement. Heaven needs your agreement. You are signing a contract that exists in realms beyond screens and algorithms. You are giving permission for what happens next. Do it now. 777. Then come back to this exact sentence. I need you to understand something that nobody else has been willing to tell you. The reason your life has felt like you are running underwater, like every step forward requires twice the energy it should, like breakthrough is always 1 week away but never actually arise. That is not bad luck. That is not just a season. That is warfare. For 826 days, there has been a specific assignment against you. Not a general attack, a customized operation with your name on the file. They studied you. They know when you are weakest. They know what time you wake up at night, what fears play on repeat in your head at 3 o'clock in the morning, which relationships to target first, which dreams to delay just long enough that you start doubting if you heard God correctly in the first place. I saw you 6 months ago. You were sitting in your car in that parking lot, hand frozen on the keys, unable to go inside yet. Not because you were tired, but because you needed 5 more minutes to assemble the mask to become the person everyone expects to see instead of the person you actually are. The person who is barely holding it together. The person who smiles at work while calculating which bill can be pushed to next week. The person who says, I'm fine, while screaming inside when no one can hear. I saw you 3 weeks ago lying awake at 2:47 in the morning, staring at your phone, refreshing your bank account like the numbers might change if you just check one more time. I saw you in that conversation last Tuesday, where you laughed at something that was not funny, because laughing was easier than explaining why you wanted to cry. I saw you delete that text before sending it, the one where you almost asked for help, almost admitted you cannot do this alone anymore. But pride or shame or some combination of both made you type, never mind, I'm good. Instead, your tears have a number. Did you know that heaven keeps count? Current total is 47,219. Every single one collected in vials of gold and stored before the throne. Not one fell to the ground unnoticed. Not one was wasted. Every tear is evidence. Every midnight prayer that felt like it hit the ceiling and bounced back. Those are being recorded. Hit the like button right now. If those words just landed somewhere deep, this is not about an algorithm. This is your signal flare. When you click, you are saying to heaven, I hear you. I am ready. I am here. Let me show you what has been happening. While you were just trying to survive, while you thought you were alone in this, there was a courtroom scene playing out in dimensions you cannot see with physical eyes. 12 demons were assigned to your case 4 years ago. 12. They had a strategy meeting. They divided responsibilities. One targeted your finances, making sure money slipped through your fingers no matter how hard you worked. Another focused on relationships, whispering doubts and misunderstandings, creating distance where there should have been closeness. A third specialized in delays, making sure good things almost happened but collapsed at the last possible second. They knew what you carry. They have seen your file in heaven. They know that if you ever fully wake up to who you really are, their entire operation in your bloodline collapses. This is not about you being special in some ego way. This is about you being dangerous to their agenda. When you step into your full assignment, when you operate in your true authority, entire strongholds crumble. Generational cycles break. Territorial darkness has to relocate. So they hit you from every angle. Money, health, relationships, dreams, sleep, even your thoughts, especially your thoughts. That voice at 3 o'clock in the morning that sounds like you, but says things you would never say to anyone else. That is not you. That is infiltration. That is a broadcast designed to make you give up one day before breakthrough arrives. But last night at 11:47 p.m. in whatever time zone you're in, something shifted. A ruling came down from the highest court. The legal right those demons had to operate against you expired at midnight. The contract they were enforcing, the claim they were pressing, the authority they thought they possessed revoked. All of it done. Finished. Michael the archangel, the one who threw Lucifer out of heaven, the one who does not lose battles. He has been dispatched with specific orders concerning your life. He is not coming to observe. He is coming to execute judgment. He is bringing back resources that were blocked. He is unlocking doors that were sealed. He is breaking chains that held your blessing hostage for 5 years. And he will not return to heaven empty-handed. He will return with the report of your victory. If you are recognizing the pattern, if the last 5 years are suddenly making sense from a completely different angle, your acknowledgement matters. Heaven is waiting for your agreement right now. As you read these words, something is happening in your body. You might feel tingling in your hands. That is not circulation. That is cellular activation. Your spiritual frequency is being upgraded with breakthrough energy. Your chest might feel warm. That is not anxiety. That is presence moving through your ribcage, through the very architecture of your heart. Your forehead might feel pressure. That is not a headache. That is your spiritual vision opening. After years of being blind to what was always right in front of you, within the next 7 days, watch for these specific confirmations. I am not being vague. I am being surgical. You will receive communication from someone you have not heard from in at least 3 years. Could be a text, an email, a phone call, a message request on social media. The content will reference something from your past that you thought nobody else remembered. This is not nostalgia. This is heaven reminding you of who you were before life tried to shrink you. Money is coming within 168 hours from right now. A financial surprise will manifest. Not a lottery win, something more strategic. A refund you forgot you filed for. A debt that gets mysteriously reduced or forgiven. A side opportunity that generates exactly what you need in this moment. Pay close attention to the amount. If it contains the digits 3, 7, or 11 in any combination, that is your confirmation. That is heaven's signature on the transaction. There is someone in your regular orbit, someone you see at work or in your neighborhood or at the store you frequent. They are going to say something in the next 72 hours that will sound like they read your private journal. A phrase you have been thinking, a concept you have been wrestling with, an experience so specific to what you are walking through that you will know it cannot be coincidence. They are not psychic. They are being used as a messenger. Heaven is speaking through ordinary conversations. You will have a dream not like your usual dreams, more vivid, more intense, more significant. You might see water clear and flowing. You might see keys, old and ornate. You might see doors opening or light breaking through darkness. Do not dismiss it when you wake up. Write it down immediately. That dream is not random neural activity. That dream is a download instructions for what comes next. Let me tell you what happened to people who followed these exact instructions. Maria from Phoenix. She typed 777 while sitting in her car 3 days ago. Sitting there because she was about to be evicted and had nowhere else to go. Her hands were shaking so hard she could barely hold her phone. Within 68 hours, not 72, but 68, she received a call about a settlement from a lawsuit she filed 11 years ago and completely forgot about. $47,700 deposited into her account. She is still crying. Not sad tears, grateful tears, these belief tears. Only God could have done these tears. David in Chicago was 3 days from bankruptcy. 3 days he had stopped opening mail because every envelope was bad news. He typed 777 with hands that had given up hope. 71 hours later, his estranged uncle called. They had not spoken in 15 years. The uncle said, "I do not know why, but God told me to help you." He wired him $77,000. No strings, no contract, no repayment plan, just help. Jennifer in Dallas had been passed over for promotion 7 times. 7 times she watched less qualified people get the position she deserved. She had started believing the lie that maybe she just was not good enough. Maybe this was as high as she was meant to climb. She typed 777 on a Wednesday night while eating dinner alone in her apartment. Fork halfway to her mouth, tears running down her face, wondering if she should just quit and start over somewhere else. 5 days later, her boss was transferred. Unexpected, sudden, no warning, and Jennifer was offered not just a promotion, but a position 2 levels higher than she had applied for. The salary increase was more than her entire previous annual income. When she called to tell her mother, she could not speak for the first 3 minutes. She just cried. Her mother cried. They cried together over a miracle neither of them saw coming. Sarah in Atlanta had a tumor. Doctors said inoperable. Too close to vital organs. Too risky. She typed 444 and felt heat flood her abdomen. Actual physical heat. She thought she was imagining it. 2 weeks later, she went back for her follow-up scan. The technician ran the scan 3 times, called in another doctor, ran it again. The tumor was gone, completely gone. Not shrunk, gone. The doctors have no medical explanation. They used words like remarkable and unprecedented. Sarah knows what happened. Heaven rewrote her medical file. These are not stories I made up to manipulate your emotions. These are real people whose lives changed because they recognized the divine moment and responded with obedience. Your story is next. Your testimony is being written right now. The chapter you have been trapped in is about to close with a sentence you never expected to read. But I need you to do something in the next 24 hours. Not this week, not when you feel ready. In the next 24 hours, you must close 3 doors. This is not optional. Your breakthrough depends entirely on your obedience to these precise instructions. First door, that relationship that drains you. You know exactly who I am talking about. The person who only calls when they need something. The one who criticizes your dreams while asking for your support. The one who speaks death over your life while smiling to your face. You keep giving them chances because you are loyal, because you remember who they used to be, because cutting people off feels mean. But heaven is saying this door closes now. Delete the number, block the account, stop responding to the messages. Not out of bitterness, out of wisdom, not out of revenge, out of self-preservation. The blessing that is coming cannot fit through the door while they are standing in it. Second door, that pattern you have been entertaining in private. You know, the thing you do when nobody is watching. The thought pattern that plays on repeat. The compromise you have convinced yourself is not that serious. Maybe it is how you use your phone after midnight. Maybe it is what you watch when you are alone. Maybe it is how you medicate stress instead of processing it. Maybe it is the way you talk to yourself when you make a mistake. The vicious internal commentary you would never say to another person. This stops in the next 24 hours. Not gradually, not with a 10-step plan. Cold stop. When the urge comes, and it will come, speak out loud. I am serious. Out loud. Say that door is closed. That version of me is dead. I am walking through a different door now. Third door. That fear that has been whispering limitations. The one that sounds like wisdom but is actually a cage. The fear that says be realistic when God is saying be radical. The fear that says, play it safe, when heaven is saying, trust me and jump. The fear that says you are not qualified, when you are looking at a divine assignment in the next 24 hours. Do one thing that scares you. Send that email, make that call, submit that application, have that conversation, take that step. Fear is not your counselor. Fear is a squatter that needs eviction papers. Share this video with exactly 3 people in the next 24 hours. Not your whole contact list. 3 specific people. Heaven will highlight who they are. When you think of their name and feel that yes in your spirit, that is your confirmation. Send it. Do not edit the message to make it less intense. Send it as is. Those 3 people are about to step into the same frequency you are in right now. Your obedience becomes their invitation. Subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications, because what is being released through these messages is not stopping with this one video. More is coming. More revelation, more breakthrough, more prophetic downloads. You need to make sure you do not miss a single one. When you subscribe, you are saying, yes, I want to stay connected to this frequency. Yes, I want to hear what heaven is speaking. Yes, I am positioning myself for continued acceleration. Now, let me warn you about what is going to happen in the next 48 hours. The moment you typed 777, the moment you clicked that like button, the moment you decided to close those 3 doors, something shifted in the spiritual realm, and your enemy noticed. They always notice when someone wakes up. They always detect when someone moves from passive to active. Here is what they will do. They will throw everything at you to make you doubt, to make you quit, to make you think this was just emotional manipulation and nothing real is happening. An argument will erupt out of nowhere. Someone will suddenly have a problem with you about something petty. You will receive news designed to make you think, see, nothing changed. Your phone will buzz with a message from the exact person you were supposed to cut off. And the message will be perfectly crafted to make you feel guilty for establishing boundaries. Your mind will whisper, you are being foolish, you are being extreme, you are taking this too seriously. Just go back to normal. That voice is not wisdom. That voice is not reason. That voice is panic from forces that just lost their legal claim on your destiny. Do not negotiate. Do not second guess. Do not reopen doors heaven told you to close. This is the test. This is where most people fold. This is where most people return to Egypt, because the wilderness feels too uncertain. They get to the edge of breakthrough and then sabotage themselves by going back to what is familiar. Even though what is familiar is killing them, they touch the promise and then retreat to the prison, because at least the prison is predictable. You have come too far to turn back now. You have survived too much to quit 3 days before the victory. You have cried too many tears to waste them by giving up when heaven is saying, hold on just a little longer. The breakthrough is closer than it has ever been. The enemy knows this. That is why the attacks are intensifying. That is why everything feels like it is falling apart. Things are not falling apart. Things are falling into place. It just looks chaotic because you are watching a divine rearrangement from ground level. When the counterattack comes, and I promise you it will come, speak this out loud. I see you. I recognize this for what it is, and I am not going back. The old contract is void. The old agreements are terminated. I belong to a different kingdom now. Now receive this blessing with every part of your being. May your finances overflow until giving becomes your greatest joy. May money chase you down until you have to find creative ways to give it away. May opportunities knock so loudly you become selective about which doors to open. May favor surround you like a shield until strangers start asking what changed about you without you having to explain. May your body respond to heaven's frequency instead of earth's diagnosis. May that condition that runs in your family stop with you. May energy return. May sleep become sweet and uninterrupted. May pain dissolve. May inflammation decrease. May your next doctor's appointment produce results that make them use words like remarkable and medically unusual. May toxic relationships detach with supernatural ease. May healthy connections emerge with supernatural timing. May you attract people who pour into you as much as you pour into them. May your circle become so blessed that proximity to you brings breakthrough to others. May your mind find peace that makes no logical sense given your circumstances. May anxiety lose its grip. May fear lose its voice. May depression lift like fog under morning sun. May your thoughts align with truth instead of trauma. May you sleep through nights that used to be restless with worry. May your children break cycles you thought were unbreakable. May your grandchildren inherit victories you fought for in secret. May your legacy mark your family tree for generations. May wealth flow through your bloodline instead of poverty. May health become your inheritance instead of disease. May your purpose clarify until confusion has no room to speak. May your calling announce itself so loudly that doubt cannot whisper. May your gifts make room for you in places you thought were locked. May doors open before you knock. May your anointing become so evident that favor goes before you like a herald announcing royalty. Before this month ends, you are going to have testimony. There will be phone calls that change everything. There will be emails that make your heart race. There will be moments where you shake your head in wonder and say, only God could have orchestrated this. And when people ask what happened, when they want to know how your story shifted so dramatically, you will tell them about this moment, about the night you almost scrolled past, but something made you stop. Let me paint two versions of your future. Both exist right now as possibilities. Both are equally available depending on what you choose in the next 60 seconds. Version 1, you close this video. You felt something, sure, maybe even got emotional, but tomorrow arrives with its familiar demands, and this becomes just another inspirational video you watched once. 3 years from now, you are sitting in the same frustration, still waiting, still hoping, still wondering why breakthrough seems to happen for everyone except you. Still checking your bank account at 2 o'clock in the morning, still assembling the mask before you walk inside, still barely holding on. Version 2. You recognize this moment for what it actually is. Divine interruption disguised as a video. You follow the instructions exactly. You close the 3 doors, you share with 3 people, you watch for the confirmations. 72 hours from now, you are texting someone. You would not believe what just happened. 6 months from now, people are asking what changed because your entire countenance is different. 3 years from now, you are telling someone else about the night everything shifted. The night you almost scrolled past your own breakthrough. Type 1, choose breakthrough in the comments right now. Make that declaration public. Let it be witnessed. Let it be recorded. In the spiritual realm, declarations matter. Witnesses matter. Agreement matters. When you type those 3 words, you are voting for which future becomes your reality. The clock is still ticking. Time moved forward while eternity was speaking. This moment is nearly complete. The transmission is almost finished. You came here one way. You cannot leave the same. Something has been awakened that cannot be put back to sleep. Something has been seen that cannot be unseen. Something has been heard that cannot be unheard. You are the 7th soul, the final call, the last chance before this window closes and opens again for someone else. 7 years from this moment. The 3 doors are waiting for you to close them. The 3 people are waiting for your message. The 3 confirmations are already in motion, already being arranged by angels who just received their assignments concerning you. Heaven is not hoping you will respond. Heaven is expecting you to respond. This is not a maybe moment. This is a now moment. Not someday. Not when circumstances change. Not when you feel more ready. Now. Your breakthrough is not coming. Your breakthrough is here. Not in the future. Not after you do more. Not after you become more. Here, now, in this moment. The only thing standing between you and everything you have been crying for at 3 o'clock in the morning is your decision to believe. This was not random. This was orchestrated. This was appointed. This was your invitation. Accept it. The rest of your life is waiting on the other side of your obedience. Close the doors. Send the messages. Watch what happens next. Your testimony begins the moment you stop treating this like content and start receiving it as commission. You are seen. You are known. You are chosen. Now prove heaven right about the bet it just placed on you. Go.